Imagine this, bro, you pour yourself a glass of pure water, take a sip, and boom, turns out that water's been marinated with a chemical that sticks around longer than your clingiest ex, the so-called forever chemical, PFNA. The wild part, the government's had a report about how dangerous it is since April, but instead of publishing it, they shoved it in a drawer. Like, dude, the rice is cooked, why keep it in the cooker? This whole mess came to light thanks to an explosive ProPublica investigation revealing that a team of EPA scientists had finished a full report on PFNA, perfluorononoic acid, but the Trump administration decided to keep it under wraps. Scientists and environmental groups called it not just censorship, but an attack on public health and common sense. PFNA isn't just any random chemical. It's part of the notorious PFAS family, a group of man-made chemicals that stick around forever, literally. Once they enter the environment, they don't just go away. Think of them as the toxic guests who refuse to leave the party. Research shows PFAS can mess up your body from top to bottom, disrupting hormones, damaging your nervous system, and, in some cases, even triggering cancer. Basically, they're like the unwanted DLC pack of modern living. And no, it's not just in your tap water. PFAS lurk everywhere. Non-stick pans, waterproof jackets, firefighting foam, fast food wrappers, and even your makeup. So yeah, if you thought the danger was just in your faucet, surprise, it's in your lifestyle. The unpublished report allegedly said PFNA exposure can cause developmental issues in babies, like low birth weight, and liver damage. But here's the scary twist. PFNA can also mess with male reproductive health, lowering testosterone, reducing sperm count, and even shrinking reproductive organs. Brutal. Daria Minovi from the Union of Concerned Scientists said the evidence against PFNA is solid enough to make anyone rethink their tap water. Yet somehow, the report remains sealed. Go figure. Since ProPublica dropped the bomb, Representative Shelley Pingree from Maine has demanded answers from the EPA. Their response? Radio silence. The agency's chill level could rival an iceberg. In a statement to HuffPost, an EPA spokesperson said, the Trump EPA is committed to ensuring clean air, land, and water for Americans. Sounds noble, but critics were quick to say, if you're so committed, why hide the data? According to the Environmental Working Group, about 25 million Americans are drinking water with PFNA levels above EPA's own safety limits. And when counting all PFAS chemicals, that number jumps to 158 million people. That's half the country sipping toxic tea on the daily. Eric D. Olson from the Natural Resources Defense Council said people often assume water pollution only happens in places like Flint, Michigan. But this isn't just about Flint, he said. It's a nationwide contamination crisis. And, as always, the hardest hit communities are Black and Hispanic neighborhoods, places already burdened by systemic inequities. Turns out, pollution is political, too. Under Biden, the EPA started setting stricter PFAS limits for drinking water. But when Trump returned, those regulations got tossed out faster than last year's campaign promises. 4 out of 6 PFAS standards created during Biden's term have been revoked under Trump, Olson said. PFNA regulations included. And guess who's cheering? The chemical industry. Turns out, in December 2024, a bunch of chemical and industrial giants sent Trump's transition team a wish list, asking them to pause all PFAS rules. And, well, wish granted. Experts say this is just part of a long pattern. The Trump administration has been slowly dismantling the IRIS program. That's the Integrated Risk Information System, the EPA's team responsible for deep chemical risk analysis. The PFNA report. Yep, that's one of theirs. IRIS reports are no joke. They take years, undergo multiple peer reviews, and are meant to guide environmental regulations. But it's all meaningless if the findings never see the light of day. And this isn't the first time science got buried under politics. Earlier this year, the Department of Health and Human Services reportedly shelved a study on alcohol risks for the same reason, bad optics. In fact, back in Trump's first term, another PFAS report was suppressed after a leaked White House email called it a potential, public relations nightmare. For who, though, the government or the people drinking the water? White House spokesperson Taylor Rogers defended the administration, saying, President Trump and EPA Administrator Zeldin are working to eliminate harmful toxins and make America healthy again. Nice slogan, but scientists aren't buying it. Olson, who used to work at the EPA, put it bluntly, you can't claim to love gold standard science, and then bury every study that disagrees with your politics. When the science doesn't fit their narrative, they kill it, Olson said. That's dangerous. Minovi agreed. She said it's no coincidence the EPA is hiding a report that shows PFNA's dangers while simultaneously rolling back protections against it. It'd look pretty bad to admit it's harmful while saying, but we're not gonna regulate it. It's a classic PR move. Silence the data, control the story. But science doesn't stay quiet forever. It leaks, like contaminated water. Minovi added, clean drinking water should be a government responsibility, not a personal luxury. Unfortunately, right now, it's the opposite. Those who can afford it buy fancy home filters. Those who can't just have to hope their water isn't laced with chemicals. It's a new kind of inequality. Clean water for the rich, PFA's water for everyone else. For those with the means, experts recommend filters certified by NSF International or the Water Quality Association. Just don't buy random ones online. Not every filter can catch PFAs. The top pick right now: reverse osmosis systems. They can remove most toxins, including PFNA, arsenic, and lead. But, of course, they cost a small fortune. The truth is, most people shouldn't have to spend hundreds just to drink safe water. That's supposed to be a basic right, not a luxury item. Olson said the technology to fix this already exists. The problem is, the government and water utilities don't feel enough pressure to act. Translation: unless people start making noise, nothing's gonna change. Minovi encouraged citizens to push for state-level action, like in Illinois and New York, which are drafting their own PFAS laws. Carla Ng from the University of Pittsburgh added, we need more transparency about where PFAS are used. Companies should be required to label products that contain them. That way, consumers can vote with their wallets. Because sometimes, the loudest protest isn't on the streets, it's at the checkout counter. At its core, this saga isn't just about contaminated water, it's about trust, truth, and the government's duty to protect its people. The delayed PFNA report is a symptom of a bigger disease, when politics outweighs science. The real tragedy is that scientists working tirelessly to safeguard public health are being silenced and scapegoated. They're not the enemy, Minovi said. They're our guardians. But hope isn't dead. The more people learn and speak up, the harder it becomes for the truth to stay buried. Science can be delayed, but not erased. We live in a time when even water can be political, and truth is treated like a threat. But if citizens keep demanding answers, maybe, just maybe, clean water won't be a privilege, but a promise. And here's the moral of the story: guard your water like you guard your heart. Because love might be forever, but chemicals shouldn't be.